welcome to my new YouTube channel. This is going to be called Bloke in His 50s and is just going to be a sort of review video about myself and some things I'm interested in. You can probably see me behind me here. I collect a lot of vinyl, Polaroid cameras, bicycle cords, it's a Star Wars memorabilia, photo books, something I'm very interested in, and lightsabers, which is what I wanted to talk about today. So last month I went to Disney, visited Disney World and visited Galaxy's Edge. I had a good look around there, which I absolutely loved, and I went to have a look at some lightsabers. Ended up buying two. I bought the original from Star Wars from 1977, the lightsaber that Ben Kenobi shows Luke, and also Darth Vader's lightsaber as well. So bought those two lightsabers. And then when I got back, I started sort of looking into other ones. They're fantastic, these lightsabers that you get from Galaxy's Edge. You know, they've got sort of LEDs. They've got a bit of weight to them. Really, really nice looking. I'll actually review them separately. After coming back, I sort of jumped online and started looking at other companies who were making them, and started realising actually there was a lot more companies that were a little bit more advanced than Disney, with different types of startup blades and stuff like that. Really, really intrigued me, but you could never really get them in the UK. I've seen them on Amazon, things like that, but the ones available in the UK just didn't really look that good. So I thought I would try one out and try and buy one. So I used a couple of different companies. I've ended up buying about sort of 3 or 4 different sabers, and sometimes they have offers like you buy one, you get 2 free, buy one, get 1 free. But the company I want to talk about today is Theory Sabers. So I'd looked at them for quite a while. The guy who runs the whole sort of YouTube page seems to be really into Star Wars. Really interesting guy to watch, involved in what he's doing. And sort of wanted to make, you know, if you were going to buy a lightsaber, a little bit different from just buying them from everybody else. So I looked on the site, and there are some really reasonable price ones. You get them in 3 sort of forms, so you can get a sort of base lid version first, which is you know, just sort of lights up from the base. Second one is will work off an app, which is really, really good, and the third one, which is called like a Profi. Again, and these have amazing sort of light ups and everything like that. The Profis seem to have the best startups and the best blades, and you can program them, etc. So I really wanted to go for a Profi, but I didn't want to sort of originally spend a whole load of money. So on Theory Sabers site, they advertised the sort of Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi, but like a sort of cheaper version, which didn't have, there's a little sort of bubble box on there that you sort of switch it on with. It didn't have that on, but it looked the part other than that, looked really, really good. It was quite a bit cheaper, and then you could bundle it with the Profi board that's inside, and it made a big difference. So it made the lightsaber feel fantastic. So I ordered one of them. It took about 8 days to get the UK, 8 to 9 days. It looked fantastic when it got here. If I just show you, so this is the box I received. Just going to bring it up there. So this, when you get boxes, I think from different companies, you know, they're all slightly different, but the guy at Theory Sabers seems to really, you know, it'll be all about the packaging and everything you get in there. So the box just looks really, really good. It's got some Arabesh writing on, I believe it's called Arabesh. So you've got that there. You've got some great little sort of quotes on the bottom, which is sort of a civilized weapon for a civilized age, from Star Wars there, but looks really good. Come really well packaged when I got it. Absolutely great. And the Theory Sabers logo on. So really, really good. So with the Galaxy's Edge saber, this is the actual sort of blade that you get here. Basically how it works in a nutshell is you get a little bit of a protective part on the inside. Put that down there, and if you listen carefully, you just push it down and you turn it, and you can hear that sound that it made before. That just means it's in. Quite simple and straightforward. A little bit different, like I say, with the other sabers, because a lot of people duel with them. You can duel with these as well, but they just need, the blades need to be sort of put in with an Allen key, which comes in the toolbox. Okay, so just to show you, this is the Theory Sabers lightsaber. And just to show you what I mean about the Allen key, so you get like an Allen key with it, and you get some retainer screws, and they're just there. It's just a matter of pushing the braid in. You just push it in so you get a little bit of resistance off it, and then you basically just pop your Allen key in there, tighten the retention bolts up, and go around. You can put you can put quite a few. Some people just put sort of two little restraining bolts in, and that holds them. A lot of people put 5 or 6 if they're dueling. Like I say, I wouldn't be doing anything like that. But anyway, just to sort of show you, really it's quite easy to set up as well. Okay, so not quite, there's just a push in and twist like the Disney, but it is really simple to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kill the lights, and you can have a listen and a watch of how these two Sabers start up. So we will go with the Disney one first, and then we'll go with the Theory Saber second. So I haven't killed the lights completely. You should still get a good idea of what the sound is, what the blade sounds like, the sound fonts on each one. So this is the Galaxy's Edge. This is the Anakin from New Hope, with the bubble strip on, and here we'll go for the ignition. So really good sound. Do like the sound on these. Okay. And it's got, will make the sound when you swing the saber, but you have to swing it. If you swing it too slowly, you don't get it all the time. But for what it is, it's a nice sounding saber, and it looks the part as well when you see it. A lot of people sort of spin these around. Not something I'm absolutely great at or anything like that, but we'll give an idea of what it's like. And then to switch it back off again, you just do that. And that's basically it. If you buy the Darth Vader one, it's red. If you buy this one here, the Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars, it's blue, and you get lots of different types of lightsaber. When you go to somewhere like Theory Sabers, and you put the Profi board in, so it's just a little board that sits inside, it's nothing technical, it's just in there already. When you get it and charge it up, these things can change colour and have all sorts of different fonts. So what I'm going to do now is swap this over, and I'll show you this, which is the Prodigal Son V1. Just has the one button on. Some of the Profis have 2 buttons, so you can do all sorts of things, but it's quite interesting how it works. So we'll switch it on first of all. So you can hear it's on there. And if you press down on the button for a couple of seconds, it will give you different people.
He's no good to me, dead.
Okay. This is the one everybody wants, and you'll see why it starts up totally differently. So this is the Boba Fett. It's started up, and you can see it's totally different. Much brighter light, and has that sort of smooth swing on there, where it's always making that sound. Okay. Trying to just take that back to past the microphone so you can actually hear it. But that's called smooth swing. Smooth swing. So it sounds absolutely amazing. You press the button again, and you'll get different sort of effects. So you hold it down, you'll get different effects, or you can just power it down that way, and that switches it off. If I press the button for a couple of seconds, we'll get different types of fonts. So this is Darth Vader, and obviously you can see a totally different sound. On their totally different colour blade, so all off the one lightsaber. Okay, to switch it off, these ones, you can give it a twist, and it'll just stop like that as well. Again, with the Disney Sabers, it's just a simple on and off.
Master Yoda. Again,
you get the colours of the characters, totally different sound faults for every single one. Really quite amazing, actually, how good the look and how good the feel as well. Again, you can do the sort of deflects on them by pressing the buttons, flip it to turn them off.
Darth Sidious. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is obviously the font for this lightsaber. Totally different sound. Again, I mean, quite amazing. So Theory Sabers do spend a lot of time getting really good fonts and good samples. You know, it really sounds like the original sort of Sabers from those films. You know, they get a great sound. They'll also put music on here as well. I'm not going to demonstrate the music at the moment, but there is some music on there, and they're like exclusive fonts, and these are exclusive blade styles as well by, I think the guy's called Kyberphonics, I think, if I remember rightly. But really, you know, really quite a step above the Galaxy's Edge Sabers. And for something like this was actually cheaper than the Galaxy's Edge Saber was to go and buy it. You know, because it cost us a little bit more with the Profi board in, but you know, the Saber itself it just meant you can do a lot more with it. And again, just to switch it off, you get these great sort of blade startups and everything.
Ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Again, for every character, different colour. And you can hold on there and get different effects, like hold up effects and things like that. It's quite amazing. And again, quick twist just switches it off.
I'm Cal, and this is BD1.
So this is Cal Kestis from, if anybody plays the game Jedi Survivor, at some point I'm going to start this up. Sort of point over here, I've actually got Cal Kestis's crossguard lightsaber over there, which I will review on one of the other reviews as well as I'm going along. But again, really great. And I love the fact that you know, they're sort of really looking into things like the games and Star Wars Visions and a lot of these different programs that are coming on. A lot of people don't like the new programs, you know, and they think, oh, you know, they're not as good as the films. But actually, there's some really good stuff in there, and some absolutely amazing characters. You know, I've ended up picking a lightsaber up, which is called the Ronin, which is from Star Wars Visions, which I'll show you that at some point. Obviously, the Cal Kestis crossguard. I've got something from Disney called the Ren, which is the sort of origins of how Kylo Ren's lightsaber came about. Really interesting thing. And probably the most important thing that I'll talk about just while I'm sort of switching this one off, and we'll go on to another font, is I've also got coming from Theory Sabers, the Father. So I ordered this lightsaber, which is specially made lightsaber, and it's done in conjunction with Roger Christian, who is the guy who originally came up with the idea for using a flash handle for the lightsaber in Star Wars and in Empire Strikes Back. I believe he was the prop designer in there, and then Return of the Jedi went on to be the set designer. There's a big story of how in Empire Strikes Back a lot of the Darth Vader lightsabers were lost, and he had to sort of find them one of his own lightsaber, his flash handles. They cobbled it together and made a new one for Return of the Jedi, but he really wanted to create a brand new lightsaber for Darth Vader in that film, in Return of the Jedi, because he was the set manager, I think, rather than the props director. He was like a set director. They never got around to doing it. But then years later, he's always had this idea in his mind, and he's worked together with the guys at Theory Sabers, and they've come up with quite an unbelievable looking saber, limited to 500 copies. I got my order in straight away, 2 o'clock in the morning in UK time, ordered in the first minute. So I'm hoping when it comes, I'll have a really low number, and I'll be able to sort of demonstrate that to you as well. But I'll just show you a couple of other things.
Second sister.
From
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka's. And again, totally different sound fault from before. Balin's skull. And again, sort of orangey yellow glow. It's really sort of growly sound. I mean, you know, I'm not going to be dueling with these or anything like that at all. It's just not the type of thing that I do. I don't really do cosplay, I'm afraid, or anything like that. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Star Wars fan, you know, compared to a lot of people who like go to conventions and things like that. It's just something from, you know, 1977, I was 7 years old. You know, and you just get into Star Wars. I watched all the films. I've been to see the trilogy loads of times. I watched the new films, the prequels, the sequels, all those type of things. Just something I've always loved. So to have, you know, to get into these is, you know, when you start looking into collecting things, it's just a nice thing to have, I think. You know, I don't know when I'm ever going to use it, but to sit there and when my friends come round, it's just a great thing to show off. You know, so really, really good. And then all I'll do is I'm going to go right back through the fonts again.
The Dark Saber.
Till I find
Belongs to you.
the best one. Oh, Kylo Ren. Starts white and goes red. Don't know if you can see the sort of glowing effect there as well, runs through the blade. Again, really sort of dark sound on that. Love it. Absolutely great. And then
Just a simple wanderer.
so this is quite interesting. So this is the Stranger. It's one of my favourite light ups on this, I have to say. It's a really sort of slow braid. And the Stranger again from the Acolyte, who was an amazing character. Yeah, you know, I know a lot of people didn't really like the Acolyte. But you know, it had some really fantastic characters in there as well. And like I say, this one of my absolute favourites. This Stranger. Great blade startup. Absolutely amazing. But what I'm looking for,
He's no good to me dead.
is this one, which seems to be the one. It's called Kaboom. When you press the button, you get this from Boba Fett's ship. But that ignition sound from Attack of the Clones is obviously the sound that when they drop the bombs out the ship when Obi-Wan's chasing them. Again, I'm just going to put this next to here so you can hear it. Oh, that's sonic boom. Absolutely amazing. Just sounds great, you know. Great sound to switch off. So that was my first review. Like I said before, I've got lots of different things that I want to be reviewing. Tons and tons of vinyl, limited edition vinyl, things that I've bought over the last few years on Record Store Day, etc. I'm really getting into models and things like that, little corgi models, toys, things like that. Playing cards, like bicycle cards, things like that. Really enjoying. I'm quite a keen photographer. So I've got a lot of Polaroid gear that I'll be reviewing. But if you do want to subscribe, please do so. The button's somewhere around the screen. This is my first video. So like I say, you can do that if you want to. And keep watching for more content coming out. Speak soon now. Bye bye.